Hi everyone, welcome back to the Scrap Zone. I'm Julie and welcome to my 52 weeks project. We are working on week 46 and we are still going through the month of November. And I just wanted to show you here very quickly, this is how I store my pieces when I'm working on this project. I knew that I had some pieces to save throughout the month, so I kind of cut them out for week 46. And that way I'm sure that I have all of my pieces for the entire month. So I'm going to pop those out, and this is week 47. So they've all been cut. I'm just going to sneak that back into my book so that when I'm ready to assemble this, it's just an easier process. So we are going to be doing this layout right here. And I've got some pretty neat pictures to share with you. I'm going to take out my base here, which is a 6x8, and I'm going to add these pieces right here. So this is that paper that I did. I made this paper myself with random stamping, and I knew that I wanted to use it throughout the month. So I had to be kind of strategic. See here how it looks like it's a full piece, but it's not. So I had to kind of cut it apart. That's kind of the reason why I did my pre-cut pieces for the entire month. I'm pretty sure I'm going to use that sentiment for my title. So let's start the assembly. So I'm going to add those two pieces to the base page. So I'm just using double-sided tape here, and I'm going to pop that right at the top. So when you have a particular pattern paper that you want to extend throughout your month, just be strategic. You don't need to use it for the entire background. As you can see here, it kind of cut it in half, and it will look like it's a full piece at the end. I could have totally done more because this was done with random stamping, but I really didn't feel like it. So I was, kind of frugal when I separated out that one sheet. I believe I only had a 12 by 12 sheet, so it kind of lasted for the entire month. So I'm going to add this piece here of cardstock, which is mink. I'm going to pop that right into the center, and just like that, it looks like it's a complete piece at the back. So we're going to pop that right in there in the center. And I'm going to start popping my photos on here. So I've got these small photos. They're 2.5 by 2.5. And I'm just going to position them here just to see what's going on. And I like to kind of have the photos face the right way. I don't know if that makes any sense to you, but just kind of put them from left to right. I've got my little tag here at the bottom, so I'm just kind of moving everything around just to make sure that I have enough space. I'm going to add that little border, and that border was cut from a thin cut, and I did use the Hergert glitter paper. So pretty, so pretty. So I did trim it here. You can see that there's a little gap in the center, but you're not going to see that because the photo is going to go right on top, just like so. I'm just going to push everything up just to make sure that I'm giving myself enough space. I'm going to add my two little journaling strip. Again, journaling doesn't have to be a big deal, guys. Just go ahead and type something, anything that you feel is appropriate for the pictures. So this little bow right here was probably a bow from one of the cards I was working on the weekend, and I kept it. I love this project for this because you can totally use up all of your scraps. So I'm going to cut out my little tiles here, and I'm going to pop those right here at the very top. And we're just going to stamp that sentiment. So I'm just going to season that stamp, and I'm just using my arm here. I'm sure there's a better way, but I usually use whatever I have handy, and my arm is always there. So anyways, I'm going to use Hergert ink. I think this is my favorite color of the year so far. So I'm going to stamp that on white daisy cardstock, and I'm just going to press it down and just kind of let it soak in just a tiny little bit. And that looks really good. I've got a bit of a smudge there at the top, but it doesn't matter because I'm fussy cutting this out. So I'm going to add that to my tag, and I think that it looks really good. Now, gatherings together, I know it's probably more meant to be like a family supper, but you know what? When you get together with your scrappy ladies, that's a gathering, right? So I'm going to pop that right there, and I've got 3D foam tape, the thin one. And then I'm just going to glue these right at the top. So I like to use my tweezers for that. I just find that it's a lot easier. So I just put a little bit of glue right on the back side, and I just slide them in, just like so. So we are at week 46, and I'm kind of a little sad that I only have 1 month left for this project. It's been a really fun project, and it has kept me scrapbooking throughout 2021, and I really enjoyed going through every single week. You know, I thought the month of November was going to be kind of boring, and it turns out that it wasn't so bad. Like, I had a few good weeks with scrapbooking, scrapbook retreat, and this was making cards here. So sometimes it's kind of nice to scrapbook events that are everyday events, because it makes you look back on your month and you think, well, that wasn't so bad. It was actually kind of fun. So I'm going to add here a little bit of mink ink, and I'm just going to ink distress it on all of the edges. And we're all done. Week 46. I really like that title right here at the bottom. And as always, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Don't forget to take pictures, and if you'd like to see the entire playlist, I'm going to link it right here. Have yourself a fantastic day.